Hey everybody, it's Josh from CollectionDX. I bet you didn't know that. I say the same thing every time. I gotta get a new intro. So today we are going to talk about the Yamato Shield Liger from Zoids Chaotic Century. This toy comes to you from Yamato, specifically Yamato USA. They've got these bad boys out here in the States now. And I have to say that this is an impressive toy for a few reasons. One, it's 80% die-cast metal. Now, something I noticed that when I have had some people over recently, and I let them see this toy, and I give it to them, and they're not prepared for how heavy this toy is. I mean, it's heavy. It weighs 1.8 kilograms. I don't know what that means in pounds. I don't know my metrics. But I do know it's heavy. It is sorry, it is one of the heaviest, or at least the most die-casty modern toys I've ever had the pleasure of holding. It is a great toy. Price comes in just around $200 in America, so you can get a little less from Japan, but then you get the exchange rate, so $200, $225, somewhere in that area. It is an awesome piece. So let's start with the head. I'm not going to even bother pointing out like what's die cast for most stuff. The head, I'll point out that the shields on the side are die cast, but the head is mostly plastic, but the rest of this thing is all metal. Okay, so the idea with the shield Liger is he has a shield, and I believe that this is what it's replicating, is all these panels come out like so, and he can project an energy barrier. I am not super huge on Zoids. I may have seen like 1 or 2 episodes. Never read the manga. I had Zoids back in the 80s when they were the original Zoids that you put together with the little rubber caps. I know that's mostly what Zoids are, but this there is no assembly required. It pretty much just comes as you see it. So you've got a full range of motion here. You can see that you have an opening jaw, the neck. You can check this out. It's got a nice dual joint, so it allows for a really large range of motions. Really something special there. Okay, the cockpit opens, and there are 2 figures, Van and Fiona, I believe they're called. You have to lift up first and then open. You can remove the figures. The cockpit is detailed very nicely, so I can get in on that. Very nicely detailed. It's really nicely touched. So I'll tell you one thing though about this, is that there is a set of changeable fangs that it comes with, and this mechanism achieved by pulling off the nose cone, pulling out some of the teeth, generally dismantling the mouth. I don't really know why it does that, but so if you pull this up wrong, it'll pop this panel off. So just be aware of it. Pull up first and then bend. And this panel can be kind of a pain to get back on. The teeth are all plastic. Helps if you get that in there first. Come on. Ah! Alright, I can do this, really, I can. I know I'm a little out of practice, but come on, dudes. Oh, head upside down. There we go. Helps if you have it right side up. Alright, so moving along, take a good look at the legs here. Really phenomenal looking legs, very detailed, mostly metal. Very tight too. No clickies, but very tight. Wide range of motion. You notice that there are various pistons and things. While this is an actual spring in here, it doesn't compress. That's kind of disappointing. The toes do that, and this panel closes. And also up here you'll notice that this panel can open. This panel is all metal. I mean, even the panel that opens is metal. That's kind of nice. Back legs, same deal. You have a full range of motion in the back legs. Again, you see the piston with the spring, but it does not compress. But you know, it's all right, I can live with that. You know, it's not a big deal. It just would have been cool. But I'll also show you the multi-segmented waist joint. You can see in here that you have this swivel motion. You can go up and down. Now there's also this these missile launchers, and you can see right there even better the range of motion that goes in here. These open on both sides. They don't launch anything. There is a flexible tail. Let's see if we can see the hindquarters of this guy. Alright, so this is a bendy wire. It has a tendency to want to stay in a certain shape. It's completely removable. So sometimes rather than forcing it to bend an odd way, just remove it, turn it, and replace it. There's a gun at the end, and there's this gun in, just kind of pops in. Doesn't stay in too securely. I think this is for future weapons add-on sets. They've already announced a cannon add-on set, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had new tail weapons as well. So, kind of cool that it's bendy. Do whatever you want with it. There's nice paint detail all throughout the figure. Little warning labels every place, and you can actually read them. You can get up close and a little magnifying glass, and the type is that fine. Alright, so on the back of the figure, there's a cool little feature. Leave that here. So this panel opens up. The gun comes up and out. Panel closes. Boom. You get a portable cannon, which also is removable. You could swap one cannon with the other should you want to. They're kind of the same. There you go. That's nice. So far so good. Everything's awesome with this thing. It's so heavy that it kind of you can't really move it around the backdrop without it kind of messing everything up. I wish this was a little tighter, but I'm gonna leave that off for now because that's really not a concern what I'm talking about. All right, so there's more features. So each Zoid has a core, and there's a little robot. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. Zeke, maybe? This guy. A little dinosaur guy. He's not articulated, but he can merge with a core or something, and you get what looks like this. A little clear ball with the robot kind of merging with it, okay? So this Zoid actually gives you access to the core. Alright, so you've got to lift this up. Let me get you a little bit of a better view here. And then this panel comes up. And then this unit comes out. And then you have the core. I'm sure if you forced it, you could remove it, but it's in there pretty tight. So we'll just call that not removable. This little piece is removable. I don't know really why. It's probably just a snap fit thing. And you can even see, I don't know if you can really see inside there, but it's all textured and detailed nicely in here. Really nicely done. So you can just slide that back in. So, close the door, bring this down. And one thing you'll have to do is just re-plug in these little hoses here. Alright, it also comes with, in addition to the sitting van and Fiona, you have these little mini versions that don't like to stay up on their own, but they're there. There's also a stand. Now you're thinking, hey, look, this thing stands on its own. Why does it need a stand? Well, here's the deal. Here's the stand. It's got a little rubber pad here. What you can do is, if you want to make your shield Liger kind of up on its hind legs, you can bring these legs down, sit this like so, and boom, he's up on the legs there. So that's cool, but I'll be honest with you, I've noticed that the weight of it will make it slide down. So I wouldn't leave it like this, but it's a cool way to display it momentarily. There is also a small piece here. This actually goes with the other type of Yamato stand that you would just you plug it in to the base, and then you can pop off this unit at the end and attach it to that, and it goes with a different base. So, this is an astounding toy. The thing about Yamato and their die-cast toys is that they don't do them often, and their choices are really random. You know, we had, for a while we had the G&U line, and we had the Vanguard Ace, we had the Grosser X, we had the Ingram, really all phenomenal high-end toys. But not really any part of a line. So I mean, the G&Us were a line, but the G&U line went away, and now we have this just kind of out of the blue. Hey, we're gonna make an insane 80% die-cast Zoids character. And not only do they make the Zoids character, but they're also making the supporting add-on weapon parts, which I think is a really cool idea. I hope they continue to do that. I hope they come out with more Zoids. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know all the Zoids names, but like the Berserk Fuhrer, you know, like those type of more lizard-looking Zoids. Those would be awesome to see in diecast. And this is non-scale, so I don't know if any other ones they do would be in scale to this, or if this is in scale with any other Zoids product. But on its own, for the casual collector, even if you don't really dig Zoids, you kind of owe it to yourself to really grab one of these. Just the amount of craftsmanship in this thing, the die-cast metal, I mean, it's insane how much metal's in this. The whole leg assembly, the whole chest assembly, the whole rear assembly, this whole leg assembly, select parts on the head. I mean, the feet, even the toes are all metal. The panels are metal. The things that aren't is maybe some of the hoses, some of the caps, the springs, a select few plastic parts. But overall, astounding. Great job, Yamato. Love it. Highly recommended. So overall, great toy. You can get yours at through, you know, from a Japanese retailer. You can order it direct from Yamato USA. You can get it from Entertainment Earth. Highly recommended. Like I said, two minor flaws to me is, one is that these teeth can come off if you bump them the wrong way. They are very sharp, and the unnecessary, I think, teeth removal process. And the fact that that gun on the tail doesn't stay on too well. That is it. It is awesome. Oh, maybe the fact that the springs don't actually kind of spring, which would have been cool if they actually sprung, you know. But otherwise, totally psyched with this piece. Highly recommended. Go get it. All right. This is Josh from CollectionDX. See you later.